Hey, everybody, let's get into it. This is Lisa from Side Hustle Saturday Hustle Talks. And today I am at BACA Cheer, and I'm here to interview the founder and CEO, Jay Young of BACA Cheer. We're going to get into why she started and how she started BACA Cheer. And I might be doing a couple of cheers for y'all. So let's get into it. Hey everybody, this is Lisa, and it's time for Side Hustle Saturday Hustle Talks. And I am with the fabulous Jay Young, who is the owner and founder of BACA Cheer Dance Association.
Right?
Yeah. So I met Jay through the Urban League, and when she was telling me about her dance association, I was just really amazed at some of the things that you were doing for Black and brown skinned girls in this area of cheer and dance. And that's just a place that we're very underrepresented. And that was what motivated her to start BACA Cheer. But I'm not going to keep going on and tell her story. I'm going to let Jay tell her story. First of all, Jay, tell us about you and how you got started to develop BACA Cheer.
Well, I actually started at a young age of cheering, and I didn't have that connection, that bridge. I didn't see myself in the role of being a cheerleader, anything past, just on the sideline cheering for my brother or whatever I was currently doing. So BACA was founded from the idea of that gap of our babies needing resources and they need to be connected to those resources. So what I mean by resources is those facilities that provide that training. They're always in suburbs and there's redlining and things like that. So we don't have access to them. And then when we do have access to them, they are highly inflated, get the membership fees and things like that. And then if we do some type of way, we're able to get past that. We're not able to see, coaches or club owners or anything like that where we can see ourselves in that role. So BACA was founded from, needing that to fill that gap. So that's basically why it started.
So tell me, how long has it been? How long have you been in the cheer realm? I don't know anything about cheer. All I know is sometimes when I would watch the Disney Channel or whatever, I would see these cheer competitions, or sometimes when I go downtown on a Saturday, you can't find nowhere to park, and you see these girls walking around with these big bows in their head, and they're having dance and cheer competitions. I know.
We love our bows.
We'll have to talk about what is up with the bows. But
it's your crown.
That's your crown.
It's your crown. Yes, that's why you see like a lot of the cheerleaders, specifically in like the all-star realm, they'll have these big glittery. It's a big statement piece. Just like if you go to Kentucky Derby and everybody has a hat. That's competition. You're going to see a bow.
The bow is the crown.
Ma'am.
So how did you get started in cheer?
So my mom kind of put me in a little bit of everything, just to decide, hey, she's good at this, she's not good at that, or what costs this or that. And that's how we were able to figure out, okay, I don't feel like I saw like cheer and I was like, this is my thing. I feel like it was the other way around. Like I naturally have the personality of what a typical cheerleader is. Ask people who know me, that's what they'll say. Spunky all the time, smiling.
Yeah.
So cheer just
okay. So why did you create this academy for Black and brown skinned girls? I know I touched on it a little bit, but what was so important for you to do that?
It's imperative for us to have representation in every aspect that our kids want to pursue. So our babies are underrepresented, and they're underserved, and that all the way from, we're not going to talk about when I was a kid, all the way up until when I became a coach, the need still is not met. So when I saw that need was unmet, then I just felt like I needed to be the one to fill that void. There's avenues there, but they're few and far between, sporadic, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's specifically, we have like a larger presence in the South when it comes to like HBCU style cheer and stuff like that. In the North, where I'm now from Michigan, we're here in Ohio. It's just not here.
So we're going to talk about the different styles of cheer, because I was like, isn't it just one style of cheer?
No, ma'am. So many different styles. So many different styles of cheer. We have PWI cheer, which is predominantly white institutions. We're talking about the collegiate level right now. We'll bring it back down.
Hmm.
Then we have HBCU style cheer, historically Black colleges and universities. And then even within that stomp and shake style cheer, there's different, avenues and ways to implement it. That's the beauty of the arts. We can be creative with it. PWI is going to serve a certain audience as HBCU serve a certain audience, and then there's like a merging of the 2.
Hmm. Okay. So, Jay, I want you to touch on a little bit about what you meant by the PWA, the HBCU style. Talk about the differences and, why does it make a difference? Can't you just get up there and just start cheering? I mean, because I don't know.
It's one of the main things in the cheer world that we have to address all the time. People are ignorant to cheer, rightfully so. If you've never been a cheerleader or you've never trained for it, you won't know. But there is different styles of cheer. There's different avenues. So think about the purpose of the cheer team.
Mhm.
So all-star cheer, they completely exist for themselves. So their main focus is to be a team, go to competitions, in competitive regard, the cheer for a specific sports team,
Mhm.
cheer team that's at the school. They primarily go to some type of scholastic setting all together.
Yeah.
And they're going to cheer for a sports team. And then we have rec cheer, HBCU style cheers, and it's primarily seen, kind of on the south. It's going to come up north a little bit as well. But you're going to hear the rhythm or clapping, the flyaway skirts with the shaking. It's just a different style as far as how you implement rhythm into your words and things like that.
Mhm.
PWI style is a little bit more, I guess, like traditional. You see those at university where we kind of tradition, less rhythm. That can describe.
Okay. So tell me, how do you get these young ladies ready to compete on a collegiate level? What does BACA Cheer offer brown and black skinned girls so they're out there and they're just as ready and can be on that same level?
What we offer at BACA, our number one thing that we offer in addition to representation and experience, is we offer variety. So you don't have to choose if you want to do, PWI cheer. You don't have to choose HBCU cheer. You actually don't have to choose a cheer at all. When you come here, our job is to train you based on your skill set. And we're able to do that through an assessment that we initially take when the athletes come through the door. We're able to be objective in training because we're not a team. We're a partner to teams and athletes to help you build the champion that you're looking for. And so when athletes come to us, they're more or less trying to figure out some type of plan to get to a goal. So, hey, tryouts are coming up. I want to learn this skill. How can I do that? Or I'm already on a team and, I need to learn etiquette, performance etiquette. I need to learn jumps, tumbling, fundamentals. But what we offer is variety. So that way the athlete is informed about every style of cheer, and that way they can make a decision for them.
So I want to know, like, when you first started, what were some of the things that you did to get the camp going? Like, if I wanted to do the same thing, I was passionate about cheer or I wanted to do a dance academy, take me through some of the steps that you did to get BACA Cheer off the ground.
So first of all, you have to have a passion for it. Where anytime you are investing into someone else's lives or their kids, you have to have a passion for it. It's not going to be something for the faint of heart. But basically, for me, how it started is I had been coaching already, and I knew that I was on to something when parents and athletes and athletic directors would start reaching out to me individually, independent from whatever team I was coaching for. And so basically, I started to monetize something that I had as a coach. And that's basically the training curriculum.
Right.
It's results driven. And the way that we kind of progress through each skill and the way that I train you to be able to do that is something that can't be duplicated. So that's what you have to start with: passion. I have all the certifications that you can have as a coach through USA Cheer. I'm a stunt official. I'm the head cheerleading coach at Wright State University. So there's a little bit of variety in my experience as well, with all-star choreography, with tumbling. And so when you kind of look at all those aspects and put that experience together, that's going to be like the baseline for the curriculum for our training.
This segment of Hustle Talks is brought to you by Studio 951. Need a game-changing marketing strategy? At Studio 951, we help businesses stand out with expert branding, social media management, content creation, web design, and video editing. From crafting eye-catching visuals to driving engagement, we bring your brand to life online and beyond. Ready to grow? Let's build something amazing together. Visit studio-951.com today.
So you said you are a stunt coordinator and
Official.
stunt official.
Mhm.
So I didn't even know you had to get certified to do all of that.
So there are certifications associated with coaching.
Mm-hmm.
Stunt is a sport in itself.
Mm-hmm.
So stunt is the fastest growing female sport
Yeah.
in the U.S. And there is an official. We call them games.
Yeah.
Two teams competing on the floor at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
The difference cheer, you get points or you earn points by just executing a routine. Stunt, the routines are given to the coaches that the athletes learn, and you earn points from executing those the best.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense.
Okay.
So that's the difference between the two, and it takes the mastery level of the skill, and that's how you earn your points. That's the best way I can explain it. But there is stunting where you put people on top of people, but then there's stunt the sport, two different things.
Oh, okay. And when I look at some of the cheer competition, I mean, you have to be super athletic.
Mm-hmm. We're the only sport that throws people.
So if I had two left feet, could you?
Yeah, some of those.
Okay, so if I came to you and I said, "Hey, Jay, I want to cheer. Can you help me out?"
I can absolutely help you out.
Okay.
The type of cheer is going to be depending on your skills.
Right.
But we'll do an initial assessment.
Mm-hmm.
I'll see those two left feet, and then we know where we need to start.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go ahead and get her a right foot on the end of that ankle.
Now, you have a family. You said you have 3 boys?
I have 3 boys, yes.
3 boys, y'all.
Yes.
How do you...
Busy.
So, okay, how do you balance the BACA Cheer, taking care of 3 boys, and whatever else you got going on in your life? How do you do that as an entrepreneur?
At the end of the day, I ask myself that same question, but then like the days start adding up to weeks, like, oh, I did it. But I really try. I'm a list person, and I feel some type of accomplishment when I'm able to cross things off of lists.
Yeah.
So I thought somebody was crying. So, but I try my best to prioritize. Obviously, not try to. God is the center of everything that I do.
Right.
And so I basically lean on Him. I feel like we're already walking in whatever our purpose is. We are just figuring out what it is. So that's kind of how things are prioritized at me.
Right.
And then some days it's like that. Like, I don't know how I got through that day, but I did it.
Right. And so what kind of things do you do? Because I know we wear a lot of hats.
Yes.
When I met her, okay, so I helped her build her website.
Yes.
Well, I didn't help her. My web designer did, but that's another story.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. When my company came to your business and we built your website, she had a lot going on. I was like, this is not just I got a camp at the rec center. I mean, it was a full-on business. I mean, I would like to know, like, the stepping stones. Like, she's got camps. She's got, cheer, a clinic.
So it's private coaching where it's you're one-on-one with an athlete. There's a coach and an athlete. Think of it as like a spectrum. So private coaching would be the smallest. And then we have our championships where they're like regional and national championships. What you were talking about, you can't find parking downtown.
Right.
On that scale. So there's individual, private coaching sessions. The next will be clinics like this. It's in a group instruction setting. You have about 20 to 40 athletes. And we host about between 4 and 8 clinics a month at 4 different locations. 3 of them are here in Ohio. 1 is in Michigan. And then between clinics, camps. We have day camps and overnight camps. And those are usually like residential on a college campus. 2 to 3 days. Teams come, they train, we make them tired, and then we send them.
And she got a staff. I mean, it was incredible. She really didn't need us to come up in there and fix her website, but we did. And it's even more fantastic than what it was than it is today. Absolutely. But I know we touched on that you have Black and brown skinned girls come to your cheer and dance academy. And how important is that to you? Because I know we're underrepresented, but it's hard out there to see someone like us in this type of in this area of dance and cheer. What would you say to a young lady that's out here that's going to see this and they feel like, I want to dance and cheer, but I just feel like there's nobody out there like me. I don't feel like I can dance and cheer at a PWI. What would you say to that young lady that needs that extra motivation that she can do whatever she wants to do?
Absolutely. I would say you want to surround yourself with people who are in the world that you want to go into. So even if it's not someone that looks like you, I'm sure that they know someone that does. I think networking is huge even when you're young. I was doing it at a young age and I didn't know that's what it was called.
Really? What were you doing? How were you networking?
I would ask my coach 1,000 questions. I mean, 1,000. I was inquisitive, any coach, because coaches know coaches, even though we don't maybe have the same sport. So some of your certifications you go to, CPR, basketball coaches have to learn know CPR. Track coaches, if you coach or you supervise any type of kids, I would ask questions. When I go to those certification classes, I would ask questions. So where do you coach? Oh yeah, then you start connecting dots. Then you see, I'm not the only one out here like this. Yeah. There are other coaches, I just don't see them as often. And then when you connect those dots start to become a big picture, and that's how you start to see the big picture. And that's what I think that you should do. You should ask those questions that's in your head. You should ask them out loud to someone.
Now you've been in, how long have you had the Cheer Academy?
And this is 3 years.
3 years. So can you tell me a success story that you've had that like, girl, I did that. I did that. Can you tell me a success story?
There's a lot that comes to mind. It's really hard to coach and only coach. It's really hard to coach and not mentor and not just get invested in the athletes. I had a young lady, and because she's a minor, I'm not sure if I can mention her name. She knows. And there's a social media post on Instagram about it because just how much it touched me. But she was already a cheerleader. She is a cheerleader on a team that is predominantly white. Okay. And so I see that. And so there's small things, dance teams. I speak a lot about cheer because I'm a cheerleader, but I have dance staff. I know where my expertise is, but she did cheer and dance, and there were small things like when she would put on her costume to dance, she wouldn't have tights that matched her skin. So it would be brown up here and then light down here. Yeah. Or there'd be little comments about the way her bow fits in her hair because her hair texture, obviously, her hair grows up. It defies gravity. Right. So it's fit a little bit different. Right. Our body types, the way the uniform fits, things like that. She would come to these private sessions and she would share these things with me. And it would break my heart, And so I would always give her, just adorn her with that whatever I could, whatever words. Words mean a lot, especially if they look at me as a role model. My words mean a lot to them. So I would just adorn her and I would say, listen, when you're in this situation, this is what you tell yourself. And I would just affirm her. And so for me at that point, it was no longer just about the skill that she was trying to acquire because that's what she initially came for. Trials were coming up. She's going to be a senior in high school and the only option of a senior in high school is to be on varsity. So there's certain skills to be on varsity you have to have. So we get, too close to the tryout time. And I think her sessions were on Monday, I believe. And tryouts was coming up that weekend. And so I was like, I won't see you until after tryouts. Yeah. I want you to try your hardest. Oh, so proud of her. She made the team. Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay.
She made a team and she came back and she was so proud of herself. And she did it on her own. Right.
And that's all that, when things like that happen, it just takes one person that you motivate and you inspire, and that's all you need.
That baby made the team.
My job is done.
At that point, I didn't even, certifications didn't matter or anything like that. It was more, I saw when I was there at one point and the impact it made on her. Her mom was proud of her. And so it just meant a lot.
If you're ready to take your business to the next level, our sponsor, Complete One LLC, has got you covered. Need a game-changing website, eye-catching logo, sleek business cards, or even expert video editing? They do it all, because your success is their priority. At Complete One LLC, they don't just create, they elevate, helping you think strategically and bring your vision to life. Your brand deserves the best, and they're here to make it happen. So why wait? Let's build something great together. Visit Complete One LLC today, where your vision gets completed.
So, Jay, if you could talk to me about the time that you were like, I'm gonna just chuck the towel. I can't do this no more. This ain't working. I don't want to do it anymore. What did you do to kind of pull yourself out of that rut? Because, you know, as entrepreneurs, there have been times and there have been days where we're like, I'm going to go work for somebody else. I'm done. What kind of things do you do to kind of like just pull your bootstraps up and just like, I'm going to do it?
Yes. So I don't think I've had so many of those moments, and I don't think I'm past those moments either. Because when you're an entrepreneur, you think differently anyway. So the one thing that I do know that's been consistent, regardless of how hard this journey has been, is that I'm tired of working for other people. We spend a lot of, I'm just being honest. We spend a lot of time at work, and I want to know that my time is worth my time, if that makes sense. And so when I think about this journey of being an entrepreneur as hard, I think about a scripture in Luke, to whom much is given, much is required. And that's been kind of like my path my whole life. But tangible things that I do to kind of like refresh or to focus back on me, because you really can't pour out if you have nothing to pour from. My luxury is being offline, is being unavailable, is disconnecting. To me, that's the new luxury. Right now, it always having, you know, somebody to update on social media, or some staff member to manage, or, you know, somebody just tugging at you. To me, that's the luxury, and that kind of recharges me. It reminds me of why I do everything that I do. And then you look at the baby's faces. They gonna let me know if I leave them a little bit too long. They gonna let me know, and I'll come on back.
The new people that I interview, I always ask them this question: what was your first side hustle?
My first side hustle, like as a child, or just okay. For the record, I never had maybe, I don't know. Anyway, my first legal side hustle, because there has been a few, and it's funny that my first legal side hustle was braiding hair. I went to college at a PWI, actually, and again, lack of resources, and we need our hair done. And I remember, we need our hair done. We are from, you know, cities where, you know, you can get your hair done and it not be a thing. I also have two sisters. We would do each other's hair. And I just remember seeing people walking around, and the guys, you know, playing football, and then the girls, and they're far from home. We're at college. Nobody has money. And I just started braiding hair, and then word got around. And that was probably my first hustle. And that wasn't even the best.
You were the go-to braider.
I was the go-to braider on campus, and people would come get their hair braided, and they leave out fresh. And then I started getting some clients, you know, and it was just a good resource to have while we're on campus, because we didn't have anything like that.
Right. Don't you think that's the easiest time to make money? You was like rich back there, because you was like, I'm braiding everybody's hair. I'm gonna braid
everybody's hair. Yep. You bring the supplies, I'll braid your hair. You know, I don't have class until 1. I can fit you in at this time.
Right.
And it started to become lucrative. All the students of color started to come to me, and some not of color as well. You know, we can't have none to ourselves, so they had to slide in there too.
Right.
Face and the stuff she would go through. It just made me, and I don't have daughters, but still, I'm like, don't do her like that, you know? So anyway.
And that's the way it be sometimes. We get done like that. But I'm just glad that there's you're the resource. You're the conduit. Because most of the dance and cheer academies I see are predominantly, I ain't even going to say the word, but we already know. And it's good to have a space where Black and brown skinned girls and boys babies can come, and if they're interested in cheer, They can cheer, they can learn how to dance, and that's not just one way to do it. She is so skilled. She's got levels. She got levels.
Levels to this.
Levels to this. So if you are interested, she is in Columbus, Ohio. How can people get in contact with you? Give them the social channels.
Yes.
Give them how they can get in contact with you.
Of course, you can email us at info@bacacheer.com.
Mm-hmm.
Our website is our new and redone website.
Say that.
It's www.bacacheer.com.
Right.
And then our social media handles on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook is BACA Cheer. BACA Cheer.
Whoop, whoop. All right. So now I don't know what got into my brain when I was emailing her. I said, "Yeah, we're gonna do some cheers." All right, let's go.
Let's do it. Okay, so cheers are easier to learn. You learn the words first. Okay.
I didn't know I was gonna have a script, but okay.
It's your turn. It's your turn.
Okay.
The words are BACA. Your turn.
Okay. BACA.
Do it the BACA way.
Do it the BACA way.
BACA.
BACA.
Do it the BACA way.
Do it the BACA way.
Good job.